Hey guys, and welcome to another video review for a custom Transformers mock. And I have decided on the name for this guy, like I told you I would, or maybe I didn't tell you that. But I have decided on a name for this guy. We are reviewing Raptorix. And you'll understand that creepy sort of type of sentence very soon. So here's Raptorix in his robot mode. Fairly, well, I guess I wouldn't say simple, because when you look at all this, that don't look too simple. I mean, he's got quite a lot going on. This is one of my really involved, kind of large mocks, and he is fairly tall. I'll go get a minifigure so you can see just how tall he is. Now, of course, you are kind of looking down on him, but just look at that. This is how tall he is. It looks like that little Anakin guy wouldn't do a bit of damage to him. So yeah, definitely one of my tallest mocks, and just pretty cool. So he does have several modes, but right now we're going to take a look at this mode. As you can first see, he is pretty well color coded except for right here, and I mean that matches this, but it's only 1 foot. So his hands, well, I'm not really sure where to start, but let's start with his head. Standard surge head. Yep, I'm gonna use this. You're gonna see this a lot again because it's my head and I like it a lot. Black 5.0 chest plate with the core protectors because I like the look of those. Little neon plate here. Alright, for the arms, I'm going to use this part of the design. You'll probably see a lot, except this would be like flipped around or something. For the hands, it is a bit different so that he can use. And I just told you what he transforms into. I'll probably edit that out. You know, spoilers. So his hand is a bit different so that he can transform. So it is a bit extended, but that doesn't really hinder articulation. In fact, if you want to move this part with the hand, then it gives him a lot more. And his legs, they are triple jointed, which from here looks kind of silly and just ridiculous because he has like triple jointed beast legs and he's a robot. So yeah, but I mean from the front you can't tell as much, but I mean yeah. So here's his sword, really long. It's like as tall as he is, just from like the hilt to the tip of the blade. Kind of heavy, as you can see, because it keeps falling down. And fairly cool looking. He's got this lightning at the bottom and then the fire emitting up here. No kind of blade here, so that's kind of what these are for. So we can do some slicing and dicing from pretty far away. And he is a really good slicer and dicer. I'll get into backstory a little bit later. And yeah. So for articulation in this mode, controls go up about that far, rotate like that, like that. Of course you can kind of move these out the way if you want to, but then you kind of ruin his look, I guess you could say. Shoulders, I mean elbows up this far, and yeah. So if you want to move just this joint down here, then you have a pretty good amount of articulation. And his joints are loose at the hips, so he's not standing very well in like that, which is, I mean, all the articulation you get from this is ridiculous. Get him bending in all sorts of crazy poses. So yeah, legs, pretty much normal. Out like this. Back like that, up like that, does rotate all the way back, bends here at the knee, and you could straighten him out if you want, but that kind of ruins the way his legs look. So if you had him bended like this for standard, then he goes like that far, goes forward like this, so that's as compact as you can get his leg. Foot has some pivot like that, and that's about it for his articulation. Oh, and his head. Get to that in a sec. Full range, just because it's clear of anything. Move it wherever you want. Down, not so much. but you can get him looking up to the sky like, oh look, there's a plane, you know, or whatever's passing over him. So that's pretty much all you can see for this mode. Pretty basic robot. Some extra parts hanging off him at the back, some claws, which the claws, I mean, like this, they do add a bit of unique flair to him, because he's just got these, like, he has this one side elbow claw right here, and I'm just having a hard time getting this guy to stand up straight. And then you got these 3 claws jutting out here. It just looks unique, very cool. And yeah, so this one was a bit more fiddly to transform. And the first mode we're going to is what I will show you right now. So first of all, that other mode definitely does not need his sword. So we will set this off to the side, just like that. And let's get transforming. First, what you want to do, come to his arms, kind of fold this up like that, spin them around like this. Actually, I'm going to fold his hands back like that, just like that. Do that on both arms. Kind of flip them around, fold them back like that. Next, what you want to do, let me see, just kind of fold the head down like that. Take this and just flip which way it's bent. That's like that. So it was like this at first, just like that. Just want to flip it over, just like so. There you go. Next, you want to take this whole thing, lift, and then fold that around the other side. Just kind of hang it down here. Put all this together. Almost done here. Next, what you want to do, just flip these around. Fold out the claws. Extend these just a little bit to your liking. And he's mostly done. Definitely taller in this mode, just because you extend his legs more. And his legs are so loose, I don't know why. I'm pretty sure these joints are not broken or cracked. So for whatever reason, he's just kind of wanting to fall over. Maybe he's finally thinking of all the bad stuff he's done and he's ashamed. I think I just found out that he's kind of back heavy, especially in this mode. Or maybe it is his other robot mode, but yeah, he seems to be a bit back heavy. So for the head, just fold this out, bring it up, fold this back, put it on this missile pin. Let me just get this all fixed up, just like that. And there you have him. So before he transforms, he is Raptorix, and now you see his villain mode. These hands are on the wrong side. I just noticed that. Flip those around, so that the claws are facing inward, because that's how claws are supposed to face. These hands, I'll get to that in a minute. Anyway, here is Raptorix in his villain mode, Double Eye. And, you know, that name kind of doesn't make sense, because he has the one eye right here. Gray eye right here. Not too exciting. I call him Double Eye because he's kind of a spy. And it goes with his backstory. He's kind of a spy on the good guys. And, you know, he transforms into a villain, transforms into a hero. And you'll hear all this in the backstory part of this, which I will get to like right after the articulation. So here he looks pretty good. He has clawed hands instead of regular. They cannot hold or grab anything effectively, because you could put his sword right here, but he's not actually holding it, so it looks like odd, like you just got a sword on the side of your wrist, which just looks really, really weird. I mean, just imagine that, a sword on the side of your wrist. How would you even fight with that? Anyway, this is supposed to look more scary and intimidating. That's the one eye combined with the claws. Definitely has a different type of look. He has these blades coming down here, which definitely looks really nice. And yeah, you can kind of see the head from here, especially since you're looking down on him because of the positioning of the camera. Straight on forward, you do still see it, but it's more hidden. and he just looks like he's gonna do damage. He is quite a good fighter and very powerful, and I'll get into his powers very soon. Alright, so for articulation, he actually has a little bit more than in his Raptorix mode. So his head is kind of double jointed because it has this little neck right here, so you can get him like down like that, and then like up like crazy. Just, you can pretty much do whatever you want because he does have a neck joint and a head joint. So there's his head articulation. For his arms, up about that far, back, forward and back like that. Full rotation, you do have to move it diagonally once you get back here because these do still get a little bit in the way. Elbow is about the same as before. For the hand, you could get it like forward. I mean, because of how it's put on, it's a little bit awkward. Like, you can do that, and you could have it at rest. You could have him like, I'm gonna get you. I mean, it's just, I'd say, kind of more bestial with the posing. Not really sure how to explain it. But yeah, pretty much a lot. You can rotate it and all that. Legs are exactly the same, so to save time, I won't show that just because there's like no difference. So now I guess I'll launch into his backstory. So this guy was sent in to the Hero Factory by unknown persons, which will soon be discovered in a later video. So for his segment of the story, sent in the Hero Factory as an imposter, he was sent in as Raptorix to infiltrate the Hero Factory and get information, and also to steal a few things. He did most of this undercover, and nobody found him out until one day, one of the heroes, a helicopter transformer, which you should also see pretty soon, hopefully, he found him out, and so he revealed himself, and then he kicked the helicopter's butt and destroyed him completely. But then the rest of the heroes, I guess you could call them, I don't know what to call these guys, they're heroes and villains, but they're not Decepticons. Decepticons and Autobots, and I mean, I guess you could still use Dinobots and Predacons, but you get the point. The heroes tracked him down, and they almost stopped him. He got what he wanted, but he was eventually destroyed. And one thing that is unique about him when they first met him was that he transforms into what I'm about to show you right now. So let's get into the transformation. Alright, so first what you want to do is kind of put him back in hero mode. Not really, just fold the head down like that. Put this over it. Then keep these how they are. Alright, so what you want to do is straighten. No, it's so loose, I don't know why. Straighten out the legs. Fold the claws back. Just like that. And fold this little foot all the way back, like so. There you have it. Next, what you want to do, kind of take them like that. Fold these, well, go ahead and fold this out and back around this way. And just get it folded as much as you can to bring it as far forward as possible. And then, there you go. Put it like that. Next, what you want to do is put these hands like this. Kind of fold his elbows backward. Like that. Like he's a beast, which he is. Fold his head up like this, or just kind of, you can kind of do this however you want. I'm just going to leave it like that. And as you can see, these are facing up, which does look fairly good. And then you're going to use this to put these two halves together. There you go. Just kind of fold this up and over the head to kind of hide it a little bit more. So there it is, like that. Almost done. Now for the robot mode legs. Well, actually, fold these out to be the arms for this mode. just like so. And you can see this transformation does have a lot of steps, a lot of movement, you know. And fold these back here to kind of fill it in, cover it up. And get the other leg. My arm's getting tired from holding this. So let's try to do this fast. Fold it on there like that. Get everything straightened out. And looking forward. Arms out. And let's get him to stand on his legs. And he is balanced. So there we have Raptorix / Double I in his Dino mode. Angling down so you can see that a little bit better. As you can see, very nice. Well, I guess not very nice, but nice enough to pass as a dinosaur. You can tell he is a dinosaur, even from all the other stuff on him. I did get the design for this figure overall. Well, I guess not overall, but the concept I did get from another YouTuber named Dr. Scorpion X, a great mocker. Definitely should go check him out. I'll probably leave the link in the description. If I don't, it should be pretty easy to find. It's Dr. Scorpion X, spelled exactly like it sounds. So in this dino mode, he just looks the part. He looks like a dinosaur. Looks kind of like a large raptor, which I guess you could say he is. He could be a T-Rex, could be a raptor, whichever one. He does, let me see, what am I going to say about this? Looks fairly good, except for when you get to like here, because these, as you can see, it's like smooth all the way down and then just boom, just all that. Which, I mean, it doesn't look too bad, but it does kind of ruin that sleek dino look. You can see his hands down here on his feet, but that doesn't bother me too much, because you can use them as like heels for extra balance. Tail, yeah, I'll take it. It has white, while the rest of them is pretty much gray, except for that, as you can see. But I mean, it looks pretty good. I mean, how long it is? Longer than his sword. So there's that. And he stands pretty well. He's pretty balanced. And just see, he looks nice. This, like I said in the weapons tutorial, gun uses a head, because that's what I had when I built this. Not too heavy, just looks fairly good from the front. Let's fix this. This side looks nicer. He does have a couple of gaps, as you can see, right through there, but it isn't too bad, because he looks the best from like right here. That's where he looks best. So if you were going to display him at a diagonal. And yeah, just really nice looking, cool, and all that, you know. He's a dinosaur, he's cool. I'm kind of running out of things to say, so bear with me. So let's just move on to his articulation. His little arms, pretty much all the articulation they can need. They go up about that far, up that far, back that far, and all of it. And they are blades, because I don't have anything to use his hands except actual hands, which would probably look really ridiculous on a dinosaur. And I mean, this does look fairly nice. Makes him look a lot more dangerous, kind of raptor-ish. His head is on a ball joint up about that far. Down, like not at all, because it's resting on this chest plate. Side to side, almost as far as you want. Can look pretty far back, and you could rotate all the way around. Tail, it pretty much does that, up and down. That's about it. And you do want to definitely keep this over the head to just kind of hide it. I mean, if you have it like this, you shouldn't really see the head, but I mean, still. Plus, it keeps it kind of in line with the rest of them, because, you know, it goes from the head, flows down like that. For his legs, up that far, they're pretty limited because of his legs, which is kind of ironic. His legs are limiting his legs, so that's kind of funny. up about that far, back that far, forward that far. They still do have the full rotation if you have them like straight out. Bend at the elbow like normal, and then this is normal too. So you can get them in a pretty good range of poses, like a walking pose. You can't really have him roar because his mouth doesn't open, but still cool. I mean, you have a dinosaur that's a villain, and it's a hero, and pretty powerful. Pretty nice speed, and the heroes, when they first met this guy, they were surprised at what he transformed into. In a later review, you should see, we should hear about more of the story about why he transforms into a dinosaur. And actually, when this guy was destroyed, they found his head and were able to download a few bytes of data from it. And it said that he was actually created by someone to transform into this beast form, and he calls it Project Eyeshadow. Whoever made it called it Project Eyeshadow, and they were like, well, somebody's making Transformers. Who is this guy? And you will soon meet him in a later review. Like I keep saying, I'm seriously running out of things to say, guys. I'm probably boring you to like death, so let's just move on. Just create it. Infiltrate the Hero Factory and get a few things, mostly from the science department. Well, I guess it isn't the Hero Factory because the Transformers. Whatever, let's just move on. So he does actually have another beast form, which is a bit simpler. I'm trying to figure out how I can transform this without like completely turning it back into a robot. Let's see. Okay, so what you want to do is take these off and pretty much put them back how they were in this villain mode, with the claws all flared out and them all bent up like that, just like so. As his hind legs, fold these up onto here how they were in villain mode. And what you want to do is just flip these around like so. There you go. And make sure everything's come on. Come on. Alright then. Gotta make sure everything is flattened out and such. Alright. Just trying to get everything in order. Did he go this way? I'm thinking he might have. Yeah. Alright, just go ahead and just flip everything around so that this is on the top. I'm not really sure. And I kind of don't want to check because I'm in the middle of a video. So just kind of flip everything around. Just like so. And these, no, just leave them how they are, I guess. Don't really remember how I had these. Alright, so these, just gonna split them. Kind of do like that. Just like wings. And then just keep the head how it is, this head right here. Then you're gonna move this up, just like so. And just straighten everything out to your liking. And there we have him in his Impact Beast mode. Now you may be wondering, what is an Impact Beast? Well, I'm about to tell you, my friends. An Impact Beast is a special type of beast that was newly discovered when they found this guy. After discovering this guy, they discovered that he was partly made from DNA. And so they tracked that DNA, and it led them to a planet on the far regions of the galaxy, where it had plenty of these guys. And you may be wondering why they call it Impact Beast. Well, I mostly came up with that because of these feet down here. They look like they're for stomping and just crushing you with sheer force power. Yeah. Anyway, he does shoot a blast in both his villain mode and this mode. It's called the Impact Energy Blast. And when he shoots it, it's basically like... Let me figure out how to put this in words. It's like a blast of gravity, and it's like gravity mixed with energy. It doesn't explode things. What it is, it's kind of like shooting energized pressure at a person. So it's like you get hit with that blast, and then you like feel this incredible pressure. Just when you get hit with it, you just fly backwards and all over the place, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm like being crushed by getting shot at. It's kind of hard to explain. If it had a color, it'd probably be bluish purple. Anyway, yeah, he shoots it. It's deadly, very destructive, and it's what allowed him to destroy that hero that came after him, which you, again, should see in a later review. Also, I'm trying to remembering, these may have been his, like, tail. I'm trying to see if they were. Maybe. I don't really remember, guys. I mean, it's been a long time since I had this guy. I guess you could do that if you wanted to. Just more options if you want him to have a little tail. Not very opposable. All his articulation in this mode. I'm gonna say I'll skip it because it's pretty easy to see. Pretty standard for like a beast type thing. I mean, when you look at it, it just kind of looks like it was built to be in this beast form, which it wasn't. And again, I based this concept off of Dr. Scorpion X's, one of his mocks, or both, two of his. I won't tell you exactly who they are, but you could definitely go check him out and deserve some extra subscribers and likes, because this stuff is like awesome. And here's the Impact Beast. Again, fairly cool looking. This with the head, long neck, long-ish body, very short tail. So yeah, definitely it would do damage. And so Double I actually transformed into this for his final battle with the Hero Factory. He almost won, except one of them managed to, I'm making this up on the spot, one of them managed to, let me think, well, I mean, it's, and for more information, I'll tell you that he was built from a captured hero, but his villain head was programmed to be able to take over the body and transform into villain mode whenever it wanted to. So it was like complete override and control. And there was nothing the hero could do. As far as he knew, he was, let's see, he was Raptorix. I mean, the body thought it was Raptorix, but the villain could override him and be Double I. And I think I remember how he got defeated now. So forget what I said about how he got defeated. His Raptorix started to fight his alternate programming, which caused an overload. So while he was dealing with that, he managed to keep the heroes back for only a little while before he kind of went berserk and, you know, all sparks and lightning, and then he was struck down and his head captured, and the rest of him kind of blew up. So yeah, so here's your look at Raptorix slash Double I, and hope you enjoyed. So leave a like if you did enjoy, and subscribe for more mock content. And I do hope that you kind of forgive me for just kind of rambling on in this video. It's probably going to be like 30 minutes long just because I'm talking so much and I can't remember things. So yeah, I guess I'll see you guys later.